Okay, here we are on stream, ready to play sock puppets. Hello, everyone. We are going to play sock puppets by Kurt Refling.
Hello.
So I'm Audrey. I'm here, and I'm going to play Grandma Sage tonight. And these are the rest of the players. Would you like to all introduce yourselves?
Hello, I am Jeff Stormer, pronouns he, his. You know me from All My Fantasy Children on the MOONSHOT Network, as well as a bunch of other things, Party of One, actual play projects, and today I am playing Inspectum, formerly known as the Eye.
Hello, my name... Oh, go ahead.
No, you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm currently getting things set up the way I need to. I am currently going to be playing Dr. Bean, the newly crowned. What do you do to a doctor to make them a doctor? Whatever it is,
Credited?
He's newly been vatted. He was Mr. Bean last week. He is Dr. Bean today.
Oh, man.
I'm Claudia, she, her, plural, they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Bumpo.
Okay.
It's Bumpo.
It's
It's
Bumpo.
Bumpo.
You know him. You love him. Okay, so this is a really freeform game. We have our puppets. We have our personal grudges and personal agendas. Maybe not grudges. Maybe the relationships are normal, and you don't have to worry about them passive aggressively showing up in our puppet show. But oh man, do you guys want to tell everyone what our like personal things are, or do we want to keep that a surprise?
I think it could go either way. I think it's fun to kind of map that out a little bit, but I'm throwing it to the rest of the table.
Let's map it out a little bit.
All right, I'll see. Does that audio sound better to folks? For what it's worth, I might be slipping away from the mic a little bit, so it might get better.
I dropped you down in Discord a little bit too, Andrew,
Oh,
so hopefully
and I'll
it sounds.
turn
Yeah,
myself back up a little bit.
there you go. I was gonna say, I know you're about to have your hands full, so don't worry about it.
I appreciate it. How much are we telling people?
Do you want to tell them what our personal agendas and relationships are before we start, or shall we let that passive aggressively show up?
It sounded like we wanted it to come out. Is that what you all were saying?
I think having it come out feels good. I think like introducing the performers a little bit, maybe like with a one-line description of like what our relationships are to each of the other players, and maybe we go in because each of us has like a key relationship with one other puppeteer. Maybe we work in a line. We introduce our relationship to the next player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Does
good.
anybody want to go first?
I'll start us off. So we're using our own names for the puppeteers because it's hard enough to already keep track of puppets. But so Audrey the puppeteer has recently loaned money to Andrew. What'd you use the money for, Andrew?
Andrew the puppeteer is currently engaged. Just recently decided to get engaged. Needed money to buy a ring, and it was to help me get engaged to my good puppeteer friend Jeff's mom.
I got a new stepdad. Listen, long story short, I'm looking for some financial advertising opportunities, and I think that Bumpo, I think that the Alexandrites are the people that are gonna get me my advertising opportunities.
And Claudia the puppeteer had a fling a few weeks ago with Audrey the puppeteer, and is also looking for some financial opportunities.
Awesome. Love it. Okay. So if we are already puppeteers, the way this game works for the audience's benefit is that we have 12 minutes where we're going to be in character as our puppets on the show. We'll see what happens to our normal planned show with all the stuff going on between us puppeteers behind the scenes. And then when time is up, we'll have a commercial break where you'll get to see us as puppeteers talking about the show and what's happening. And maybe it escalates, maybe it doesn't. We'll do another bit of show, another commercial break. Yeah, how great it's been.
How great.
And at the end, after our ending show segment, we'll have a little epilogue segment where we see what happens to the show and our puppeteers. So, without further ado, if everybody would like
Also,
to.
before we jump in, I do want to note, none of us have seen anyone else's puppet that's about to be on screen, and so you're going to get to see the live reaction to every single person seeing every other single person's puppet.
Yes.
I think that's an important thing to call out and note that that's about what's going to happen.
It's going to be great. Okay. So to start, I think I'm just gonna, because we're doing a show called The Big Secret, I'm gonna start with Grandma Sage coming out here. So, oh yes, I'm so glad I got a new vase today. It's just beautiful for my flowers. I hope nothing happens to it.
Wow, a vase. This probably belongs to Grandma Sage. Maybe I shouldn't touch it. Nah, I'm gonna touch it.
Dunk smash.
Oh no. I gotta find a way to clean up this mess. Oh,
Oh boy, I sure hope none of the neighborhood kids do anything wrong, like knocking over a vase.
look. No one will find out with these brawny paper towels.
Bumpo! Bumpo, why'd you do it? I know what you did, Bumpo. I know what you did,
What?
Bumpo.
What did I do?
I know what you did. My war buddy, Dutch. He's an international assassin who travels the globe, killing high-profile targets in a series of dangerous and sexy but relatable adventures that's sort of a perfect cross between Barry and Killing Eve. He told me. He told me he saw what you did. You broke the vase. Bumpo, I saw you break the vase. Why'd you do it, Bumpo? Why'd you do it? Tell me
I'm
right
sorry.
now why'd you did it.
Can who? There. Who was here?
My war buddy, Dutch.
Yeah,
He's an
I don't
international
think,
assassin.
I'm trying to think and rack my brain, but I don't remember ever hearing about this kind of person.
Well,
Who are you talking about?
he's got a really interesting life on his own that, you know, if we were to sort of follow his adventures separately would be a really exciting opportunity for anyone, you know, looking to pick up a cool and exciting story. Oh God, Grandma Sage, everybody get down.
Are we talking about cool and exciting things? Have I told you about my cool and exciting new thing? It's a pet goat. Goaty. Meh. Isn't he just
Oh.
adorable? Look at him. This perfect
Wonderful.
horns. Oh my vase.
Oh no.
Who-
She
No,
knows.
Grandma
My vase is
Sage, tell us
broken.
more about
Oh.
your live animal that you brought to this place.
Well, I do want to talk more about Goatee, but I'm very sad about my vase. It was just in perfect condition a moment ago.
That's real
could have done
tragic, and I
this?
promise you that as
I'm-
your beloved friend, we're gonna find out who did this.
I'm also
Mhm.
sad to hear about your vase. Bumpo, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, Dr. Beans.
Okay, great. Let's go over here and do the Muppet thing where we kind of walk
Doctor.
without walking.
Were
I'm a
you
doctor
al-
now.
Oh,
I
Okay.
recently got my doctorate and a wonderful body to go with it. We're all up to new incredible things, and part of it is me being a doctor now. Anyways, hey Bumpo, let's talk over here for a second.
Yes, let's walk over here away from the vase that someone broke.
Bumpo, do you know who broke the vase?
No.
Okay. It sounds like I don't think it's related to the vase, but you seem like the kind of person that has a secret. You seem a little suspicious to me, Bumpo. Do you know what a
Suspicious?
secret is for the kids?
No. What's that?
A secret is something that you keep to yourself, but don't want to tell anybody.
Oh,
I have some secrets. Do you have any secrets?
I'm gonna find out your
No.
secrets.
I don't have
If
any
my other
secrets.
secret-
Not about the vase, and not about the amazing cleaning power of brawny paper towels.
Oh no. I never expected capitalism to invade our holistic space here. Maybe leave Brawny at home while we talk about our secrets. Just because you can buy something that's more expensive doesn't mean it's better, Bumpo.
Would you like to explain capitalism in case there are children around here?
We only
It's
have like 8
grandma
minutes
time.
left, so maybe not. But I do think sometimes you can buy stuff that's more expensive, but it's worse. Like engagement rings, maybe. Do you know that diamond rings are so much more expensive than like a zirconium ring? They're way cheaper, and you still get the same amount of love in them. That's a kind of secret that someone could have. Not me, but someone.
It's an easier secret to know than you think.
Do you have any secrets, Bumpo?
No, we've been over this. I think that we should maybe walk back, not to the vase, because it's broken, and I didn't break it, but I'm gonna go.
Okay. I'll slowly make my way over to.
Oh, Goaty, I'm so sad about this vase. Inspector Inspectum, you're a detective. Could you help me figure out who broke my vase?
I give you my word as a detective. Going back to the streets of New York in the late 90s when I was a beat cop, living day to day in a tough life full of interesting characters on the streets. That I will find out who did this.
Our street is full of interesting characters already.
Now, I'm a different kind of interesting, sort of a lot of New York City area character actors.
Oh, New York City. That sounds like a
It's a real
lovely
authentic
place.
picture of life in the city if anybody was looking to sponsor an exciting media property. Uprights are around the corner, that's all I'm saying.
Well, we're already on an exciting media property, Inspector.
I already said I'm going to find your face.
Right. Thank you. Inspector, have you ever kept a secret for someone else?
Once, a group of me, when we were kids, we found a body. We didn't tell anybody about it. That secret destroyed our small town life. It's a real tragic picture of Americana dying in the throes of the changing lands of the 80s. Sort of a Stand By Me meets Stranger Things and adventure.
Maybe we want to tell the kids about a different secret than finding a body. Maybe
We can talk about a different body. Dr. Bean. I'm so used to calling you Big Bean.
Well, I decided that, I thought that it would be better to be I wanted to further my education, kids. That's very important, and the power of art. And so I got my doctorate in art history, and also I decided that I was going to upgrade my body a bit.
I thought that
as
you
you
were
do.
a medical doctor now.
Oh, no. Don't get that twisted. Art history. I have a real degree that helps society, not just one that fixes broken bones or whatever.
And you were talking about how expensive rings were earlier with your art history doctorate.
Well, they are expensive, but if you've got something, people can help you. So that's a lesson for the kids. People help each other, and everyone can get helped by other people.
People help
I
each other.
needed help getting my degree, but I had other people around that made me happy. And so I was able to get my degree and better myself. And now I have a body. That's how doctors work.
But
Sometimes
what
people
if
help.
what if helping those people hurts other people's feelings?
Sometimes
don't-
helping people is something you do before you know the full context.
But I think that I think I'm good. Hey, what's up with the vase?
No. Let's talk more about. So, Grandma Sage, you said
Uh-huh.
the full context and helping
Yes.
people.
Well, if you want to change the subject, we could talk about feelings.
Okay. What kind of feelings?
You tell me, Bumpo. You tell me.
Do we want?
Well, it was just sometimes I have friends who I play with, I have a good time, and then they don't call anymore. And that does hurt my feelings.
Sometimes friends get busy with other things, don't they, Goaty? Yes, they do, don't they? Yes, they do.
And then they also don't talk to me at school.
That's very hard, Bumpo, I'm sure. Isn't that
Inspector,
right?
I don't think we should know these secrets.
Yeah, we probably know too much about a lot of things, don't we, Doctor? Don't we, Doctor? Probably a lot of things that we wish we didn't know, right, Doctor?
Well,
Probably life was a lot better when we didn't know certain things about certain other people. Isn't that right, Doctor?
Okay, kids. Maybe sometimes secrets are better. Should we find out who broke a vase or whatever? I don't know. But
well, I sure want to know who broke the vase. I'm sure we'll all feel better once we've been honest with each other.
Grandma Sage, have you ever kept a secret?
Never in my life.
Oh, good. That makes me happy.
I am just a sweet old lady with no secrets who hasn't lived the kind of hard life of the inspector.
I've lived a hard life. I've done a lot of things.
No secrets? No things you just choose not to tell people about other people or
No.
things that have happened? Or maybe even the life-changing power of brawny paper towels?
Not even that, Bumpo. Not even that.
I personally think that I would love to hear more about the cleaning power of Brawny, particularly, if they're willing to, invest ad spend into local programming. Maybe they're looking to expand into a media empire. I really admire, Bumpo, the work that you've done in spreading the good word of Bounty, and I wonder if maybe we could get a meeting going, later.
That's cut to commercial.
Makes me sad when we cut to commercial.
Okay.
Bumpo is heavy.
There's a lot, Jeff, there's a lot of, like, backstory talk that you haven't really brought to the inspector before.
What's up with that?
I think it's appropriate to bring an assassin into a children's show.
It's a separate unit. It's separate. Inspector's got his own life. He's got his own contacts and colleagues.
Jeff, you said ass twice on a children's show.
All I'm saying is that they might connect together into a transmedia cinematic multimedia universe that's going to be accessible to all ages and crucial demographics. The kind of thing that, if you're getting maybe, I don't know, Brawny money, might be a really good advertising opportunity to get something off the ground and build a portfolio. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, look, PBS said that we can't talk about a trans universe, so.
I just think it's really crass that you guys are trying to bring money into all this. Like, do we really need to sell out like that? We're trying to make puppets here.
You
did. Yeah, Maybe you...
Money. I can't believe that you're talking to me about money and how expensive that ring was. It wasn't even your money.
I'll pay you
can't believe you're
back.
talking to someone at work.
When?
Maybe you should be talking a little more about money, since you're going to be taking care of some people that have been good to me for a very long time.
Look, just because you keep living in Cindy's basement doesn't mean I have to take care of you. I just think that maybe you can.
Her name is Mom.
Whoa. So Dr.
Sorry, I'm
Bean?
gonna go get some water.
Dr. Bean, Andrew?
Look, I had some money left over, and I'm reinvesting. I think that if we're gonna try and get a radical puppet collective off the ground, we're gonna need to have the puppets to do that. Look, the ring costs a little less than I thought it would, so I'm reinvesting back into the arts, and I think that if we go from there, I'll get the money back for you. It's gonna be fine.
Reinvesting.
Look, I just think that this will lead to better opportunities. I'm not going to fucking...
Mom and I share a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, but I'm not out here going to bounty trying to get money. Like I'm here on the ground. I'm here on the Sesame Streets.
Listen, get it fucking right if you're gonna badmouth these paper towels.
Yeah. Get it right. It's Brawny. They're a very respectable brand that, like, if you just got, like,
Jeff, it's not your
brand rep
now?
I could be.
Okay.
Bumpo
all right.
is very iconic.
10 seconds. 10 seconds. All right.
Hey, did we bring up forts at all?
No, I think we
maybe Act 2. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, fine. Fuck it.
We're live.
Hi. Hello. Welcome back, kids. It makes me very happy to see you all. Grandma Sage, I don't remember if you actually answered this question before. Have you ever kept any secrets as a puppet
in my
that could lead
life
to a plot?
But I did once discover a secret place. It was a fort in the woods.
Oh.
That I think some neighborhood children or perhaps a drifter had built. And for weeks I didn't tell my mother that that's where I was going, and I was meeting friends there and hanging out, and it was very dangerous, and I shouldn't have kept it secret.
Were you meeting a lot of friends there? I mean, like, it's okay if you were. It's not like a big deal or anything. I just really would have preferred.
The amount of friends is irrelevant. No. It's not relevant, Bumpo.
I mean,
well, you should probably communicate the number of friends you're taking to a fort in case it's...
Dr. Beans, maybe you stay out of this conversation that I'm having with Grandma Sage. And take one of these Ronnie paper towels and go somewhere else.
It makes me sad to hear that, but okay.
Some friends of mine found a fort in the woods once. It was the true gripping story of a journalist friend of mine who found a survivalist militia army living in the woods. It's an 8-part series, really gripping into the horrifying militarized nature of
Inspector, maybe we come over here for a second and stop talking to the kids about that. Hi, Inspector. Have you solved any crimes late? Hold on. Who do you think broke the vase?
Well, I've got a promising lead because of my war buddy, Dutch. Again, he's an international assassin.
Don't tell me about Dutch. Do tell me about your lead.
Well, I mean, whoever did this, they're probably a real awful person. The kind of person that takes a bunch of ice out of the freezer and only leaves 1 cube so that when somebody else goes to get ice out of the ice cube tray, there's no ice, and he's got to drink warm Mountain Dew. It's a really awful thing to do. Kids, if you're getting ice cubes out of the lesson that I'd love to convey to you children today is that if you're getting ice cubes out of a tray, please refill the ice tray so that if somebody else has to go get his Mountain Dew later, which he drinks every day, he's got ice for it. Warm Mountain Dew is not pleasant.
I'm not that kind of doctor, but you shouldn't be doing that. I thought this would work. It's not. Hey, Bumpo, take it away. What's up with the vase?
What vase?
I don't know anymore.
Vase. Bumpo. Is there something you want to say about the vase?
Grandma Sage, how would you feel if someone you knew broke the vase?
Well, I might be upset with them, but if they were honest about it and explained things and apologized, then probably I would forgive them.
Dr. Beams, as the most educated, I guess now, person in the room here, what's honesty?
Honesty is living up to the promises that you make to someone, and then fulfilling those promises. Like if someone gives you money to buy a ring, buying a ring. Promise fulfilled.
And nothing
Or
else with the money and repaying it in a timely fashion.
I'm sure they'll do that, whoever you might be talking about. Honesty is telling your grandmother when you do something bad, or being open about a fact, like maybe I should move out and get my own place. Things
Grandma
like
Sage,
that. Sometimes you have to tell yourself the truth so that you can tell it to others.
That's kind of a spin-off in its own way.
did someone say spinoff?
Yeah, moving out of your mom's house is kind of like a spin-off in real life.
Well, that doesn't
could
feel like it
be.
has legs. I mean, it doesn't feel like that's got legs. That feels like you're really asking a lot, and there's a lot of complicated circumstances. And yes, maybe you live at home and you're honest about that fact, but maybe you have a lot of things going on. And once your entertainment empire gets off the ground, I don't know, if someone's honest about the names of their bounty contract, or their brawny contracts, or
It's brawny, and the paper towels, even though having a mouth made of satin doesn't help grip, they're right. They don't
maybe
care.
if someone was honest about who their PR reps were, maybe maybe all people need to be honest about a lot of things.
Maybe everyone doesn't have to share everything, especially not Grandma Sage.
Well, I don't know what you mean. I would love to share Goatee with all of you. He's just
Stop saying that name.
Stop talking about Goaty.
That was my first ex-wife. She
Stop talking
died.
about exes.
She died.
Goatee was
In an
your
Stop talking
exciting-
about death.
Maybe we could talk a little more about art history. Would we care about my vase if I told you it was from the Ming Dynasty, Dr. B?
I absolutely would. Oh my god. A Ming Dynasty vase? It makes
it's
me
broken
happy
now.
that you had that, but it makes me sad that someone would break it.
Now, Grandma Sage, if someone knew what happened to your vase and didn't say anything, would you be upset with them?
Yes, I would be very upset with them.
What if knowing that was to hurt? What if sharing that secret was to hurt someone else? What if you saw something and didn't say something?
Don't talk about a body.
Well, I suppose that it would be honorable to, I guess, how should I say this? It would be honorable to keep a friend's secret, but consider that keeping the secret would hurt me.
So you're saying that sometimes you've got to hurt someone's feelings to be honest with someone else.
Yes, I am saying that.
That's very thoughtful.
And honesty is the best policy, right, kids?
Yeah.
With that in mind, Bumpo, do you have something you want to say?
Mm,
It better not be
Grandma's-
about paper towels.
No. I won't talk anymore right now about the amazing cleaning power of brawny paper towels because really it shows itself. But
It really does. It's great. It's a great brand, and if they're looking for additional advertisers,
I think it's
do
clear
you
they
have
aren't.
anything? Do you have anything else to say about something else that's non-absorbent?
yeah. Inspectum said that there was an assassin in the house.
An assassin?
Oh,
No, we're not talking about assassins.
my war
That's
buddy
not
Dutch is here.
appropriate. It's not appropriate to talk about assassins.
He's got so many adventures, at least 100 of them, enough to get syndicated.
Oh, wow. A lot of new kids just moved onto this street. They're in for a weird time right now.
This is a perfectly normal time on this street. We're having a normal time. Nothing is weird, and no one has lingering feelings they shouldn't have, or sponsorship talk.
Let's not.
I mean, feelings is a strong term. Just, some basic courtesy.
So glad I'm able to frown now.
Also, if you hang clotheslines, you can turn your blankets into a fort.
Tell me more.
That's it. That's pretty much, that's kind of the beginning and end of it, honestly.
Oh, are we getting to the fort stuff? If you want to build a fort, my big arms can be used to swing hammers around.
Well, if I'm building a fort, I like to put up a tapestry for a door for privacy.
Privacy,
Great.
that's really great. Like
Good.
if somebody kept showering with the door open, which is weird.
That is weird.
Airflow is important. That's all. You don't want the room to get all moldy since somebody hasn't fixed the vent.
Well,
Hypothetically, children.
okay. I'm just gonna let that one linger. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna be the bigger puppet here. Kids, sometimes you gotta be the bigger puppet if someone's being
Literally
really passive
impossible
aggressive.
with Dr. Bean's new body.
If anything,
good
you're
body.
the smallest puppet. No.
Well, that's fair. I'm big in spirit and maturity when it comes to attacks on my character.
Anyways, Bumpo broke the vase.
But hey, that's not true.
What?
No, it is. I
Bumpo?
saw Bumpo. Well, my war buddy Dutch saw Bumpo do it.
Inspector, you knew this and you didn't tell me?
Well, because it was gonna hurt Bumpo's feelings, and I guess I saw something and should have said something.
Yes, you should have. I'm so disappointed and sad right now.
Oh,
Commercial
Grandma,
break.
no.
But oh god. No, but okay, hold on.
Okay,
Kids,
okay.
We
Can
gotta
we talk
teach
about some things? What do we got? How are we landing this?
We're trying to use art to teach the lesson that kids are gonna be fine with honesty. So we can't
Sure.
just not tell the parent. We gotta bring it out.
No,
Sorry,
I felt that was a good point to.
No, that was good.
have
I'll hand you that
things
was
come
good.
out and to
Okay,
be
okay,
open.
cool. I'm glad we're all on the same page. Great.
I mean, okay, same page, sort of. I think still there's a lot of body and death and assassin talk happening, and also whatever you two have going on with your living situation as
Hold
it
on.
is.
Hold on. I don't want to hear the words whatever you have going on.
I don't want to hear it. You all don't bring the fact that y'all are fucking into your grandparent relationship. I don't think that's
That implies more than once.
I don't care.
Don't say we've got something going on, because at
You
least ours is
clearly
an
do.
ongoing arrangement. Yours was one bad night. That's on you.
You're out. Listen, you're
I
out
didn't
here
think it
making
was
me
bad,
and
and
Dr.
that's-
Bean sad. So maybe we can chill, all right?
And you know what? I would not like Dr. Bean to be sad, because then my mom is sad because he comes home and he glowers and he talks about the importance of art and he talks about making a difference and he just does not shut the fuck up.
You know what would make a
Listen,
difference to me? If you paid my money back.
Well, I will. You lent me the money and said I had to pay it back, and I will pay it back.
That was like 3 months ago.
And I'm gonna make a payment soon.
You
know
sat
how much
on
the
that
show brings in.
Hold on. You sat on that ring for 3 months?
I had to pick the right time. It is hard to make a puppet that can propose. Okay, I needed to build arms.
My
so that I
mom
could-
cried in her kitchen.
She enjoyed it. I thought.
She was waiting for you to do it. She knew you had the ring.
And
Speaking
I did.
of proposals. Audrey, unrelated to everything we've been talking about, I propose that you explain why you brought a live animal into our puppet show.
The goat.
Yeah,
is
what's with the
fine.
goat?
He's like not eating anything. Look, it's okay. He's great. He's adorable. I love him. You guys would love to meet him, I'm sure. And don't worry about it. He's only eating a little bit of the craft supplies, and
Just-
once
just-
Andrew pays me back, I can replenish. 10 seconds. We gotta bring this thing home.
Okay.
If he
Just-
does any
Alright,
tricks, I would love to talk about maybe getting an animal spin-off on the table. All right, let's get into
Stop
this.
that. Tell the parents we're fine.
Yes. So, I am sad about my vase being broken, but I am glad that you were honest with me, Bumpo. And Goaty is glad too.
God, it's the goddamn.
Well, thank you, Goaty. I just feel like maybe the honesty isn't so truthful when coming from someone else.
Yes, it did feel
Like-
a little bit like tattling, Inspectum.
A little
I
bit.
wasn't the one that did it.
Inspector.
That was Dr.
Yeah,
Bean.
that was Dr.
Clear.
Beans.
Oh,
Well,
right.
we had to clear. Sometimes
also,
the air needs to be
I
clear.
didn't say what needed to be said, and that's on me. And I feel bad about that. And I would like to say that maybe I hope that you'll forgive me for not saying something when I saw something.
I think that's a very salient point. Uh-oh. Listen, I think that it's important that the kids know that telling your parents secrets is good.
Mhm.
It's important for you to be honest with your parents. Isn't that right, Grandma Sage?
Yes, your parents will forgive you and love you, or they should. And so you should always be honest with them. Even new parents, step parents, or guardians will feel that way about you, won't they, Dr. Bean?
That's right. Step parents, especially, are very good at treating people right. And a lot of times they're willing to bury a hatchet with a kid if that kid is keeping something secret from them and wants to air it out. Maybe have a conversation about it. Maybe go out after, we'll go to a ball game and maybe talk, you know? Who wants to watch baseball anyways? We can always talk and tell the truth to each other. That would make me happy.
Sometimes a public place is really good for when some things need to be said.
Yeah.
Board meeting for pitching a spin-off instead of a TV show that's already ongoing.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get that in front of the
executive
exec. Yeah, you got to get that in front of the
Brawny
executive.
paper towels.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they're going to find out about it. So, put that, write that down.
You could probably write it down on a brawny paper towel.
It's a great brand, and I didn't mention it, but my ex-wife was killed by a drug lord played by character actor
Anyways,
Mike.
You can't say
We
that.
should- we
Michael
should
Imperioli is on board.
We should go to the Fort of Truth. Who wants to go to the Fort of the Truth?
Yes,
Aye.
Okay.
In the Fort
I
of
can
Truth, you
swing.
can only speak the truth.
You can only speak the truth in the Hall of Truth. This arm is gonna chill here as we go to the Fort of Truth.
Right.
I can swing a hammer around, just one now. But let's build a fort together.
I'll get the tapestries.
I'll get the paper towels. Brawny.
I'll grab a flashlight for some spooky lighting.
Goaty will make a wind chime out of the broken vase.
Great.
Bye.
I love this fort. This is a great fort.
And you can only say that because it's the truth.
That's true.
And
Now, are
And-
there any other truths unrelated to a vase that people want to talk about?
the truth is, Bumpo, I missed our hangout sesh last week because I was busy with Goaty. He's just the most adorable thing, and I needed to get him some special food, and and some balm for his horns, and oh, aren't you just precious? Aren't you just precious? He's precious.
I just would have appreciated any sort of communication in the last 6 weeks.
Well-
That's
sorry,
a long-
6 weeks.
That's a long time for
Yeah,
a
you had
grandma to
something
go
to
without
say,
talking to a
Inspector?
kid.
That's so long, right, Doc? Doctor, we're agreement that that's so long, right?
That is a
It's
long
not-
time to go without
it's
talking to
not-
someone
I
that
mean-
you work with.
I mean, it's not 3 months, but it's a long time.
It's a while.
It's not that long. It's for a one-time encounter. It's just fine. It was normal. It was a normal amount of time, and for anyway, Inspector, why don't you tell us more about that friend of yours that sounded so exciting?
There's a whole bunch. It's a great
Just-
question.
Pick one. The war criminal. I don't know.
Well, there was the vampire that I had a steamy, intensely physical relationship with in the Paris in the
You can't
80s.
say that.
It's
Inspector,
really perfect
really
for
have
the
to-
18 to 24 fan fiction market.
you have to consider what truths you can share in the tent.
Not all kids don't share all truths, just the right truths. And
That's a really good point.
that's most of them, but you
How do we
should know
figure
which
out
ones.
which ones are the right truths, Dr. Bean?
Well, if you feel like other people would be mad at you when you tell them, don't, unless
Unless it's the right thing to do.
it would be the right thing to do and you think that they'd forgive you. So then you should tell people.
Well,
Hey, I got
not-
an idea. Why don't we
Yeah.
rebuild the vase as an art project using art history?
I think that's a swell idea. Once I get this, there we go. That's a swell idea, Inspector. Uh-oh.
Look at you two getting
Okay.
along so well.
I
It's,
think that we'll have a good time together doing that.
I think that's a great idea.
Grandma Sage, I need to tell a truth unrelated to the truths that I've been saying,
I'm listening, Bumpo.
even though those truths are really important and maybe deserve a conversation later, even if it's through text. Anyway, I broke your vase. I'm very sorry.
Thank you for telling me the truth, Bumpo. I am sad about the vase, but happy that you apologized, and I forgive you. Did
Thank
we
you.
do this already? I think we did this already.
Well, kids need to
kind of.
learn, so it's a good thing to do it again.
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta
good
you
thing.
gotta repeat stuff.
You're right. You're
Kids
right.
need
Repetition.
like 6 times to
They're on the
learn
iPad.
something.
It's
Aren't you, kids?
right. Yes. Bumpo, did I think that perhaps we could use those paper towels of yours to pick up the shards of vase so we don't cut ourselves.
Yes, brawny paper towels are so thick that they can probably do that.
You've done such a good job of selling me on brawny paper towels, Bumpo. I really appreciate that and really want to emphasize what value you're bringing to the brand. As a brand ambassador, you're really doing incredibly.
It is also worth noting that we can do more than just further the goals of capital. Sometimes art can be art for its own sake.
Here we
Yes,
go.
but a ring can't be a symbol of love for its own sake. You have to spend $1,000 on it or more.
Well, not if you do it right.
Yeah, but then it's very obvious, and then the people that you're giving the ring to know that it's a fake.
It's not that obvious. Just because
It's-
Sheila told Cindy it was fake doesn't mean that Sheila's a genius. You've met Sheila.
Well, okay,
Hypothetically,
I
first
kid.
don't
of all,
think I know Sheila, but aren't lab-grown diamonds a thing now?
And they're very good. People are mean about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying maybe be honest about what's going to be in the ring if you're giving somebody a ring. It's
I'm
about
just-
honesty, kids.
The most honest thing is love. So be honest with your love and share it with the world. That's all, kids.
Look, and look, you can't decide who you love or who your mom loves. You just got to be okay with it sometimes.
And it's
That's-
good to get those feelings out in the open. Or
Yes.
the lack of feelings.
Okay.
Right.
Good feelings make me happy.
You should just be honest with people about how you feel about them up front so that you're all on the same page.
Yes, that would be
Yes.
helpful if that had happened.
In
It
theory.
sounds like we're all being upfront and healthy.
Yep.
Okay, good
Bumble, you're
job,
still
kids.
not allowed to date until you're 16.
That's a
Oh.
reasonable guideline. That's good parenting.
Inspector, I'm not clear on how
Grandparenting.
old you are.
Oh, I've had a really
little
rich and
one.
full life. Lot of adventures in different time periods. If people are looking for period entertainment, did I mention Uprights are next week?
What?
Uh,
So,
yeah. So, we usually have a little more to do at the end of the show, but we built this fort and finished it early, and we talked about honesty and some other things that all seem normal and good normal things.
Is there any interesting art history facts that we can learn as we rebuild this vase?
Yes. So,
Goddamn job for you.
the Ming Dynasty did vases. And now, Ming vases are very expensive, which is why Grandma Sage was very upset that Bumpo knocked it over and broke it.
and Dr. Beans,
Kids.
when was the Ming Dynasty?
A long, long time ago.
But like, if you were to share your art history knowledge that you have with the children,
A
like
long,
when
long
exactly?
time
I have a
ago.
question for you, Dr. Bean.
Older than Grandma Sage.
Yes.
Oh, it's
very
pretty
old.
old.
Very old.
Really
Very old.
old.
Dr. Bean, who's your body guy? Can I get his number?
We'll talk. Is my body. Kids love your body too.
Well, right. Okay. I was just going to come back maybe next week with a different, better body, just like you had. So,
Well,
just was hoping to
it's
get
kind
that.
of pricey. I don't know if you can afford it, Grandma Sage.
Pay me
You're
back.
not a doctor.
Pay me back.
We live in a 1-bedroom. You can't move in.
Are we? Boy, commercials can come at any time now, huh?
Literally
Well,
3
we
seconds.
could do one right now for Brawny
All right.
paper towels.
That's the end. That's the end of the show. Show
Good
ends.
night, everybody. Yay!
Show ends.
Yay!
Into
Hey.
epilogue time. So for the epilogue, first things first, we have to decide if we think this show continues or gets canceled.
I feel like we've got to keep going just because we did hit all the beats.
I do think that as much of a train wreck as it is, that's probably it'll be fine. Probably it's fine, right?
It's going over the kids' heads, and you know the adults like the subtle.
It's like
adult
Shrek. They
humor.
like
Yeah.
the adult humor.
There's a lot of subtext at play, but kids don't need to know about it.
Correct. Okay, so now each of us gets to either do a scene with our puppeteer and another puppeteer, or you get to do like a kind of monologue situation telling us about your puppeteer, and the takeaway is kind of where they're at next. Who wants to go first? I kind of really want to find out if the inspector gets his spin-off, Jeff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can give a presentation. Hold on, let me just get my guy righted. What does it mean to be consumed by obsession? What does it mean to pursue the answers to mysteries that you cannot solve? This is the world of secrets, lies, and Inspectum. A cross-media, multi-world universe of interconnected movies, TV shows, apps, tabletop role-playing games, Bitcoin, branded coin. All of these possibilities advancing a single story. All of these possibilities could be your brand's story to tell. With merely an investment of, oh, I see that you're okay. They seem to have exited the Zoom call. Cool. Great. I'm going to see if maybe they send them an email, the recording, my pitch deck. I really wish that I'd been connected to Brawny.
Don't we all?
Oh, I would watch the Inspectum Extended
Also,
Universe.
I do got a shout out from chat that I've got 55 messages on my answering machine. 57 messages of missed calls, 55 from an angry broadcast commissioner, and 2 from an interested Eric Andre. We got him. We got
That-
Eric Andre.
Does feel like his thing. Oh my god. All right, so who wants to do their epilogue next?
I think that Dr. Bean ends in, I think that Andrew and Dr. Bean's story ends in one of two ways. One, either Audrey kills him after he asks if he can borrow some money to repair Dr. Bean's arm. Or two, I do think that Dr. Bean I think he leaves this show after, because you can tell that the vibes are a little rancid between everyone and Dr. Bean. And I
He
think
really
that he
wants
goes
to
on.
go in a collective direction, right?
I think that he goes off and he founds his radical puppet collective. I feel like
Do you break your engagement to Jeff's mom?
I think that I keep my engagement to Jeff's mom. I don't know if Jeff attends the wedding is the real question.
I guess the question is, do we go to that ball game and have like a real talk?
I think that I was honest when I asked to go to the ball game, and then we showed up and I said, "You're good for the tickets, right?" And your answer to that question does define what happens next, I think.
Then I absolutely do not go to the wedding. For
Okay,
sure.
there we go.
No.
There we go.
No, Mom, you deserve better. I give Mom, my mother in our shared apartment, like puts on the wedding dress. And it's like, are you getting in the car? And I'm like, no, Mom, I will see you at home. Do I have chicken nuggets in the fridge? Mom.
Emma wants to see Inspectum, Jeff.
There he is.
The man himself.
Here's my guy. Here's
Ready
my
for a
guy.
spin-off.
Oh my goodness.
His spin-off's about his many ex-wives and his sexually charged vampire relationship.
I think so I think that because Andrew is exiting the show with Dr. Bean, probably what happens is that Goaty eats Grandma Sage's body enough that she really does have to return with a different body. But that's kind of where my head is at. Probably we should resolve something, huh, Claudia?
Probably.
Because the vibes were rancid.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. I will admit that maybe during the show wasn't the best time to talk about
Could
that.
bring it up, but who cares? You know, it's fine. Seems like we all channel our feelings through our puppets a little.
Yeah, it's a very immersive art.
Yeah. I think I could see it going one of two ways. Either it gets real bad and you get the Brawny sponsorship and you get to also leave the show, leaving the really weird, awkward pairing of Inspectum and Grandma Sage. Or something happens where we totally work it out until the next big blow up.
I think I think that we work it out temporarily and have probably another drunken night together, after which Claudia calls 15 times in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Voicemail.
Sounds about right, yeah. Yep. And this time it's because I got really into like herpetariums. I got like a lizard or something.
Really are busy.
Uh-huh.
I also think that I do not get the Brawny paper towel sponsorship, but I think I get the Bounty one, because I did accidentally say Bounty like 3 times.
That's amazing. I do have to say it was really funny to watch Bumpo tear off paper towels with his mouth.
Fucking hilarious.
Thank you. It was
Great.
hard to do. This is like faux satin on the inside because Bumpo is made from a fur coat.
That's
It's
amazing.
incredible. That's incredible.
Oh, I love it. Oh, this was great. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for
This
watching,
was a
chat.
joy.
This
Yeah, fun
was
game.
very fun. If you enjoyed our playthrough and you want to check out the game, it is Sock Puppets by Kurt Refling. I'm sure that I can post some links in our Discord for people who want to check it out. But it's a really fun game, just very silly and very fun to craft these little puppets. So, I did lose
Before
part of Grandma.
before we wrap, can I ask everybody a question? What was your favorite moment from the game that we just what was your favorite moment from the episode?
Ooh.
Oh man. I have to
I
say
thi-
your Mountain Dew anecdote really got me, Jeff. It just really got me.
Showering with the door open is also very funny. But the first time that you launched into a very long, detailed thing about your
You're-
potential spin-offs was so unexpected. I didn't expect it to be so gritty.
I'd legitimately been pitching to Jen all day. I was like, what if all of my spinoffs were just deeply not appropriate for children?
I love
They're so
trying to be like, we gotta give back. We gotta go back. I do agree with Sam. I think Audrey yelling at me and clipping out the mic about pay me back.
That was
I think
very,
that-
very funny.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Uh,
every single time the two of you started going in on, so what like we should be honest about what happened, like that killed me.
I am
Oh.
honest. I borrowed money and I spent it.
When
Oh,
you first
pay
were
you
like,
back.
oh yeah, the puppet was part of the proposal.
The fact that the line when you said 3 months, I was just like, that's such a funny thing to be like, I held on to this ring for 3 full months. But every time Claudia and Audrey, every time it turned into a relationship thing, like it just you get to just sit back and go, this is too funny to interject in any single way.
you being absolutely shocked, I think possibly out of character at it being like 6 weeks since it happened. Did get me.
Jeff,
And,
I also appreciated you taking my bait of a fort in the woods to just go into another spin-off story. This is a good time, y'all. I
This
had a
was
lot
fun.
of fun
This was
playing
great.
with you.
Yeah,
Also,
fantastic. picture.
self-absorbedly, I did love breaking my puppet's arm in the middle of a thing.
That was
Super
Oh,
funny,
I guess
Andrew.
what's going on.
I kept watching the hair flop over the face too. It was really good.
when the hair got tangled on the arm and we just heard, uh-oh.
Thanks
Uh,
for bringing this, Audrey, and for wrangling us for this whole thing.
it was a lot of
Mhm.
fun,
Also
and I'm glad we got to play.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
creators in chat.
Yeah, Kurt
Kurt's in
streams
chat.
on
Hi,
Monday
Kurt.
nights, and Caro actually linked the game, which is awesome. Thank you, Caro. It's a smolderinglighthouse.itch.io if you need to check it out. But yeah, Kurt, you made an awesome game. Told you this when it came out. I stand by it. Also, if you want to listen to an audiobook of Kurt reading the rules in the puppet's voice that he made for the promotional Kickstarter, you can find that on that page as well. But anyway, good night, everybody. You can catch this VOD later, and we will see you another time.